Goodyear tires when using your Conrad's Goodyear credit card.
Blue Falls and Conrad's, keeping your car clean and safe on the road.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September. Streaming live only on Hulu. See the Foo Fighters.
Hey, we're 30 seconds to Mars.
Fall Out Boy and many more. Buy tickets now at AXS.com. This is The Buzzard.
From the Barrio Tacos Tequila and Whiskey Studios.
The Buzzard. The home of The Buzzard.
The Buzzard. This is 100.7 WMMS.
Cleveland. Call the Alan Cox Show.
Where's the best place in America to meet single girls and guys?
216-578-1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
$35192 if you want to send a text. If you want to see what's going on, you can go to AlanCoxShow.com. This woman ends up divorcing her husband because she thought she was talking to one of the stars of Stranger Things.
Oh, I saw this. This is a
child?
bummer.
No, it was the brother,
Yeah.
Billy, who ends up getting killed. I forget the actor's name. But yeah.
Is that the one that's also in 50 First Dates?
No, you're
that's
thinking
an
of Sean
older
Astin.
movie. Yeah,
You're thinking of Sean Astin.
Sean Astin was the teacher in one of the seasons that
Okay.
Winona Ryder was.
Yeah,
No,
Sean Astin.
Dacre Montgomery is this actor. If you Google him, you'll recognize. He played Billy Hargrove, so he was the girl's boyfriend or the girl's brother or something.
Girl's boy,
he's
brother.
brother.
Is this that Steve guy?
No.
Oh.
Billy.
No, that's the dude with the
Billy
hair.
Hargrove. I'm the only one to listen to the show.
No.
But he had
he
like
literally just said Billy Hargrove.
he had like hair, long hair. They had put him in a wig and he had like eyeliner on, and Anyway, he's a good looking dude from that show. I think he's British or Aussie or something like that. Anyway, this woman in Kentucky was convinced that she was talking to that guy, and she got catfished out of $10,000 worth of gift cards. And in the
Always
process,
gift cards.
I know.
Why would a star need gift cards?
But also, how are people not hip to the ground level scams now? Because some of them can get very complex. But like the gift cards are like scam 101. I'm going to need you to get me some gift cards. And then, so this is a woman who became obsessed with thinking that she was talking to this guy. Now, it's not like they had an amazing marriage before that, I'm sure. This is end up the last straw, but she thought that she ended up leaving her husband because he wasn't on board with the whole thing.
I am obsessed with Stranger Things, but the thing is, when I tallied it all up, it was $10,000-ish. I told my ex-husband, I said, listen, I said, it's not working out. I said, you're not letting me be me. You're not letting me be free. I said, I think you need to leave. So he left. Within 2 months, he was gone.
You're not letting me be me. I gotta be me.
Spend this money.
I'm just always amazed at the money people have to get scammed out of.
Maybe they didn't.
They
Maybe
don't have it all at once, though.
Yeah, this
either.
sounds like it was over the course of quite a few,
like at least a few months, where it's like $200
And
here, $500 there.
if she's buying with gift cards, she's probably buying it with a credit card.
Yeah.
And not even
Oh, is that how it works?
I think, well,
I want to know what
I'm not guessing she's going into her trust fund.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you hear about these old ladies who, and the kids find out that an old lady got scammed out of like $350,000. Jesus Christ. And the kids are pissed because that was going to be their money. She fell victim. There's a woman named Michaela, who is a film artist and a now single mother from Kentucky, said she was in a toxic relationship with her husband. So she joined an online artist forum to make connections, and she became incredibly excited to connect with Dacre Montgomery, one of the actors from Stranger Things. She got a message from a user named DKMH, and he claimed that he was Billy Hargrove on Stranger Things. She's like, we just really hit it off, but I'm suspicious, she said, until he starts doing things that make me believe he is who he says he is.
Like you know what would work? A video call.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, but his phone's broken. They always
easy.
Never
my phone's broken. Like, oh, you were in Stranger Things and you don't have a phone that can do video?
No, I don't
Right.
want my publicist to find out.
Here's what he told her. He was always complaining to her about his relationship issues. His girlfriend controlled all of his bank
That's what I'm
accounts,
talking about.
and he was having money problems, which led Michaela, there in Kentucky, to send this guy $10,000 over a period of time. She said, that was the one thing we actually bonded over, was our bad relationships. So that's how he got her, right? Because somebody who's in a relationship like she was, that's going to be one of the first things out of her mouth. And so
Yeah.
now this guy has a line to go down. She's not going to keep it to herself. That's why she's looking to connect with people. So the first thing out of her mouth is going to be like, my husband doesn't understand me. My girlfriend doesn't understand me either. And I'm a big-time actor on Stranger Things.
My coworker's trying to make me get married. Send me gift cards.
I need money.
Gift card.
And I can just only imagine,
You
like,
want to go on Captain Fun's floating fandango? I'm going to need a $600 gift card.
That's right. From a variety of establishments. Say what, Cody?
I can only imagine after the transaction happened, he's like, oh, you didn't have to do that. Oh my God, you're so sweet. You're my precious angel. You don't understand how much you're helping me.
Yeah.
like you don't understand what you're doing for me. Oh, like let's talk later tonight. Not Skype though, because you know my girlfriend's controlling. But
how do you turn the gift cards into money though?
You don't.
Or you just
Or you
you're just
sell them
I
or
guess
you
if you're
use
just
them.
using them as like if they're like the Visa gift cards.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
activate
Or
I guess it's
iTunes
not
gift
like
cards or
something-
whatever.
But like
traceable money.
But also, if you're willing to take, it's not your money, so if you're
Yeah.
willing to take a little bit of a hit, you can just put them in those machines that give you money for gift cards.
oh,
What machine?
I've
that's
never
a thing?
seen that.
Oh, yeah. You know how Coinstar, you pour all your nickels in or
No
whatever?
way.
They have machines, like Giant Eagle and Parma had one. We were out in Independence.
Really?
Yeah, they have machines where if you're willing to take a hit on the gift card, like let's say somebody gets you a gift card to a place you're never going to use it. You can put it in the kiosk. They take like 8%, and you get money back.
That's amazing. I've never heard of that.
That sounds like addict behavior.
But it's still,
Selling steaks out of your trunk.
But
that you
again,
bought
if
with
it's
some
Wick.
money's better than no money.
And if
you
it's
weren't gonna
not
use
your
it.
money, somebody's just sending it to
Yeah,
you.
it's
You
all
put it in the
profit.
machine.
Yeah, you don't
So
care.
there's a bunch of ways you can do it, but those kiosks, I think, have made it a lot easier for people to flip their gift cards.
I've had gift cards that I forgot about, and they've like expired. Like you were talking.
These don't even have to be full gift cards. Let's say you have a $50 gift card. It's got $13 left on it.
No, I get it,
You can
yeah.
put it in a machine. It'll give you a 9.
Yeah.
Dang,
you know?
dude.
Because like the Visa gift cards, those do expire. But
Yeah.
like the ones that just are like for cash, because they'll just take the money.
Yeah, but if somebody paid for a gift card as a gift, why would it ever expire?
They expire. It'll be a couple of years,
Because they
but
want
it
you to.
expires.
Yeah, because
they want you to use
Because they want you to. Well, they
It's
want
not even
you
a couple
to.
of years. It's like 6 months.
They're happy if it expires.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause they
okay,
get the money.
Yeah.
I just thought a condition of it being cash, essentially, you know.
They screwed me. One of the ones, I think it was your gift, Alan. The one you got me a gift card for Christmas or something like that, and I tried to use it, and it locked me out. I'm like, why? Why did it lock me out? Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, you have to activate it. I called to activate it, and it was like, okay, your gift card's ready for use. Used it. It was like, oh, it doesn't recognize this PIN. I'm like, yeah, because I never used it before, and it locked me out. So I had to call and like wait online or wait on hold for like an hour.
Well, I wanted you to work for it. No,
So had I known that there was these little machines,
had
I'm
I
like,
known, I would have tried to make it easier for you.
get my money.
After a year of private messaging, this person who said he was the guy from Stranger Things asked her to, say it with me, be his girlfriend, even though the two had never met in person.
That's nice.
He said he needed to keep the relationship quiet since he was still in a relationship with his girlfriend who was keeping all his money.
She probably sent him nudes too. That's the one thing. Like, I send him money and I send him nudes.
That's when she broke the news to her ex-husband. Like she said in that clip, you're not letting me be me.
I am obsessed with Stranger Things, but the thing is, when I tallied it all up, it was $10,000-ish. I told my ex-husband, I said, listen, I said, it's not working out. I said, you're not letting me be me. You're not letting me be free. I said, I think you need to leave. So he left. Within 2 months, he was gone.
Yeah. So one of the times, because she's like, I was skeptical, but then he told me things there was only he would know.
How would you know that?
But you don't even know if they're true.
He told her to watch out because he would be in episode 4. And then episode 4 came on. He was in it. And she's like, well, nobody else would know that but him. I mean, these are easy people to kind of laugh at, but it's very sad.
It's very
It's sad, lonely people who get
Lonely
scammed.
married lady.
Yeah.
But like, I do something.
That's what
normal,
Mary wants for you, Bill.
I want you to be a lonely married woman.
Giving fake actors your money.
Knew it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like,
I'm the fake actor.
if you're an alcoholic, there's a lot of alcoholics. People can relate to that. If you're a drug addict, there's a lot of drug addicts, ex-drug addicts too. People can relate to that. But getting catfish is a specific type of stupid.
I don't know if it's stupid. It's ignorance.
But they've made there's
It's
a
not
TV
ignorance.
there are
It
TV
is.
shows about being catfish that have been on for a decade now. There's so many people who fall for this
Right.
crap.
You're choosing to be ignorant to the fact that
You're
this.
choosing to believe it.
Right. Well, that's what I mean.
That's
I
not
mean, either
ignorant.
way. But what's the word I'm looking for? It's not stupid.
There's no logic in emotions. And
Yeah.
these people are overrun by their emotions. They're in bad marriages.
You're
There's
willfully ignorant.
there's nobody who's like crazy hot and in a great marriage who's like, I got catfished for $10,000. It's never that. It's always people who are like desperately lonely, even if they're married.
wanna
You
know
can
the
be with somebody and be lonely.
There's got to be a percentage of someone who actually was who they were. Like in these scenarios, like, yeah, she sent me $10,000. I needed it to get the hell out. Now I'm moving in with her and we're getting married. Like I want it.
Maybe.
Please let there be like a story.
But
like,
that's not getting catfished. If
I
they're
know, I
telling you the
understand that.
truth.
But these people need hope. Like they need a catfish success story. Like I thought he was, scamming me for my money, but he really. I woke
He
up
really
the
came
next
through. He
day.
paid me back.
Yeah, he's knocking on my door. He had his suitcases. He left his wife, and he's
He
crazy
actually was
hot.
a prince.
Yeah.
So weird. I'm a princess now.
There's got to be I want to see that show. I would watch that show.
Yeah, that show's not gonna. The closest thing you're getting to that show is 90 Day Fiance.
Right.
But they know what they look like though, and they're just marrying for a green card.
Well, that's the thing is, no one's gonna go have all the excuses that somebody has when they're a catfish, if they're real.
Right.
Now there was an episode I remember of 90 Day Fiance where you were absolutely. I was so convinced that he was getting catfished, but the girl was real. She was just on the service that was designed to take money from
The black
dudes
guy
in
with that
America.
blonde chick?
No, it was he was like a computer engineer from Vegas.
Oh.
And he went to Ukraine and met this lady, and like she was just stringing him along because he had to pay to just chat with her.
Yeah.
Just
That's
to
how-
send a message. he had
That's
to
how
send-
you know it's
Yeah.
emotional when a computer engineer is getting scammed.
Yeah.
He's like, I know all the back doors to this kind of thing
Yeah.
and the online scamming tactics. This girl said that the alleged actor, just kept telling her that he needed money because his girlfriend controlled his account, so she would send him $100, $200 via gift cards, payment apps, or crypto,
Oh.
which is
So
very
they both
popular
lost
now with
money.
scammers. Yeah, there you go. Well, it doesn't even count as real money. So how much is she out really? She said, obviously, I played that clip for you there when she tallied it up. It's about $10,000. She said she would also get money back from him in the forms of gift cards and checks. And then that's the thing where, like, you deposit it and then send the money back to him so that it overdraws in your account, but he's got the money.
Yeah.
What?
So she was convinced. Back in the day, that was the scam. Before the internet, the scam was they go, hey, we want to pay you this money. You got to go to a check cashing place and you got to cash it or deposit it into your account, write us the check, and we'll give you half.
And
But they take all of it, and then your account's overdrawn or something
the
like
check
that.
bounces.
Yeah, it's a check scam.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't understand. She's being willfully ignorant because isn't there a paper trail with if you get a check, it has a routing number and an account number. Like you can find out who it is, right?
I don't think they can give you that information.
No. I mean, there are people that can do forensic accounting into things like that, but that requires somebody with a very specific
My checks literally have my
set of
name, my
skills.
address. Like it literally has everything.
Right, but if you
like
go-
I'm catfishing you. Here's my check with my address. On
His
it.
check's got it's check number 30 at the very beginning of a new
Literally
account.
has everything on all my information. Here's my social security number on my check.
She found out that he was faking when She found out that the guy was making $150,000 for the 19 episodes he appeared in. Again, everybody thinks if you're on TV, you're getting crazy rich. He got $150,000 for 19 episodes. And that he would never need gift cards.
He was in 19 episodes?
Yeah, from 2017 to 2022. Yeah.
I forgot he was on 2 seasons.
Yep.
Or-
And so they figured out that the check was forged with multiple other fakes with the same signature being found on checks around the internet. And of course, she says what everybody else says. I don't want to see other people become victims of a scam like this.
At least she's doing the right thing and coming out about it. Because I would have kept that super private.
I know. I would have.
I'd deal with it in therapy. I wouldn't
Just
tell.
don't tell anybody?
I wouldn't tell
You
my
wouldn't
mom.
tell
I
like
wouldn't-
one close friend?
No.
Hey, look what happened to me?
No, I'd be ashamed that I was a sucker. And I would be like, I got to take this L.
Right, just so you can have one more moment where you go, I told you so.
I told you that you weren't actually going to marry the princess from Europe, Bill.
That's why Mary doesn't apprise any of her friends are getting scammed.
Yeah.
She lets them go through it, and then they go, oh, my God,
I say,
I
hey.
told you so.
Hey.
I told you that wasn't Kim Kardashian messaging you.
I don't think this is a guy who's in charge of stuff.
I'd be afraid to face my family. Because, like, what excuses am I? They would know my excuse. Like, I'd come to Christmas, and I don't have presents for anyone. I'm like, sorry, guys. It's just, shut up. Sorry, guys, I don't have any presents for you this year. I've just fell on hard times. No, you throw out your money to that bitch. Like,
Yeah.
Like, they would have roasted me for life, and I don't think I could deal with that. So I'm just say, oh, it's hard times, you know. Alan, cut my pay. That's so funny.
I can't cut your pay.
Poundcake, don't
That's why
forget,
it's called
though.
minimum wage.
Yeah.
I can't cut it.
We do have to put down a deposit for the Captain Fun's floating fandango. So just send me $150 on Venmo, and I'll put that in for you. You'll get it back when we're done. Okay.
No.
It's just a deposit.
Yeah.
No.
That's for an extra tray of egg rolls.
Oh, God, the food's so good there. I'm bringing my
Yeah,
little
food's
baggie.
going to be great. Yep. And there's going to be crudité, too, so bring in a baggie.
You always got to bring a baggie.
Baggie.
And my mom's coming, too. So
You're going to scoop food into it and walk off
Yeah.
like a homeless
There's going to be
person.
people that didn't get any food
it's
yet.
our
And
event.
And Poundcake's going to have a grocery
Oh,
bag
my
of
God. He's
little egg rolls.
Can't take him anywhere. Oh, God. Hey, aren't you Poundcake? Yeah. He's like got his arms scooping food into a
Hang on
Ziploc.
1 second. I need to find
He's picking half-eaten meatballs off people's plates.
Yeah.
Let me clear that for you.
Walking around with toothpicks. Boink, boink, boink. Hey, listen, everybody, everybody deals with loss in a different way. We were talking yesterday about how Britney Spears is getting another divorce, and she is dealing with her divorce by buying a horse.
Good for her.
She's got. That's how she's going to.
I don't like this at all.
That's how she's going to deal with the loss. She posted on Instagram that she's going to buy a horse. A new addition for her stable. She doesn't have a stable of men anymore. She'll have a stable of horses. So many options, it's kind of hard, she said. I met a horse named Sophie and another one named Roar. Where would there be a horse named Roar? R-O-A-R.
That's the noise they make, Bill. Or Bill. So you see a lot of Bill.
So, yeah, posted a photo of her on a horse, and she's going to buy another one. So I guess, listen, a little retail therapy never hurt anybody, and that's going to be her. You guys are too young to remember Mr. Ed. I mean, I technically am too. I mean,
I know of it.
Yeah, the horse was dead by the time I was even born. But I mean, that show was in reruns for a long, long time. And the horse that played Mr. Ed was named Bamboo Harvester. And it was a gelding. And they had, and there had been multiple horses that they had chosen to play Mr. Ed. There was one named Pumpkin. But Bamboo Harvester was a pretty old horse, lived like 22 years. But then it, as is the case with human actors, once the cameras and the bright lights are off, you don't know who you are anymore. And so once Mr. Ed got canceled, Bamboo Harvester started to get sick. And 2 years after the show ended, they ended up euthanizing him in 1970. But Bamboo Harvester was easily one of the most famous horses ever to grace television screens. Hey, Stan.
Hey.
What's up?
Well, I heard you talking about people getting scammed, and my mom got scammed big time. I've called a few times.
for you.
Yeah?
I've called a few times in the past with what I tried to be and sometimes successfully were funny phone calls, but this is not.
Not so far.
No. At the beginning of about 20 years ago, my mom was at the beginning of frontal lobe dementia, which is somewhat similar to Alzheimer's.
Yep.
And she started getting these phone calls about sweepstakes. And the guys would tell her, different guys would call and tell her that she had won, whatever, $5 million in Australian sweepstakes or whatever sweepstakes. And all she had to do was pay the taxes on it. And the money would be released to her. And she was wiring money, at 30 to 40, 50,000 at a time overseas or to the Caribbean. And we don't know exactly how much she lost. She had spent most of her life not really poor, but definitely not rich. But she had won a medical lawsuit and had somewhere in the neighborhood of $1 million.
Wow.
But she sent away at least 500,000.
Oh.
Wow. And part of you is pissed because that money would have gone to you guys.
That's what I was just going to get to. Yeah, I've got 3 siblings, and that's selfish, but yeah, you do think of that. And
well, because you're going to use it for much better things.
Yeah,
like
better to
buying,
go to you than some stranger who's right.
You buy Mary Santora foot picks. Like you would use it on good things, not
Santora
wasting it.
Right. No, listen, I remember my mom calling me. This was years ago. My mom called me and goes, "Hey, are you and Gwen in Mexico?" Because we went to Mexico at the time, like maybe once or twice a year. And I go, "No." And she goes, "Okay, well, somebody just called your grandma and said it was you and they needed money because you were stuck in Mexico." And she knew that we had gone, so it wasn't. And she said, "It sounded like you. Did you call your?" I go, "No, that was not me. Tell her not to do anything." So, like, she ducked a bullet because she called my mom. And then my mom called me. But holy Christ, Stan, $500,000.
AI is going to get scary with that stuff.
I've heard about that kind of scam, but shortly after we got this stopped and got her finances frozen, there was 2020 just happened to do a story on this same kind of scam, and apparently it's not uncommon. And they prey on the old, like you said, who are alone and just want somebody to talk to on the phone. And she was, like I said, she was in the beginnings of dementia, which we didn't realize at the time.
Right. And that's another extenuating circumstance. I mean, she could barely be blamed for that,
And you go to the FBI or whatever, we contacted the FBI and whatever other, attorney general, whatever else we could. And they said, you wire it overseas, there's nothing they can do.
Right. It's out of their jurisdiction.
That's crazy.
Okay. Thank you, Stan. I'm glad that they stopped the spigot at some point. I got a break here. I'm going to have those air show passes for you. Labor Day weekend is coming up, and so the Cleveland Air Show out there at Berkeley for an airport. So if you want to get to that, we'll do that after the break.
It's the Alan Cox Show.